Good afternoon, everyone. Hello from Dubai. It's Thursday, January 16th, 2020, 2:30 Dubai time. Welcome, everyone. Another webinar by Meirc, 10 Secrets to Shine When Speaking in Public. Please allow me to welcome everyone who has registered today. We've got people from UAE, Thailand, Saudi Arabia, Ghana, Bahrain, and UK. It's a nice pool of around 15 people. I think the first ones to log in were Doris from Ghana and Tahir from KSA. I still remember every moment of my first presentation at work in 2003. That was 17 years ago. I still remember every moment and everyone in my audience. I was so anxious and worried. I truly wanted to shine and impress my audience, but I failed big time. It was probably one of the worst presentations ever. My hands were shaking and my people were bored. I hope your presentations are better. And I'm sure they are. Why is it that certain speeches and presentations last forever in our memories while others fail? Ladies and gentlemen, is it the topic? Is it the speaker? Is it the material used? During this webinar, we will learn together 10 secrets to elevate your speeches and presentations from good to great. We will help you build exceptional introductions and wonderful closings. So this webinar will have a significant impact on the effectiveness of your presentations, regardless of the topic, audience, or media used. My name is Hani Ramadan. Please allow me in a minute to introduce myself very quickly. So on an academic level, I got an advanced certification in training and occupational learning from UK. I lived around a year in Liverpool. From USA, I got 2 degrees, management certification from ICPM, and I'm a certified coach since 2008. So I got the ACC degree from the International Coach Federation in 2008. I also hold an EMBA from the Lebanese American University in my home country, Lebanon. And I got a level 5 diploma in human resources management from CIPD in UK. I did also a certification in personality and ability testing in UK from the British Psychological Society. As for the experience, I worked around 9 years in the hospitality sector. And then I shifted to human resources and training in 2003. And that was my first presentation. So I worked for an insurance company called Nest Investments. I was in charge of Jordan, Bahrain, and Lebanon as an HR manager. I worked for Averda as a training manager for 6 years, a waste management company. And I was the senior HR business partner at Shalhoub Group in Saudi Arabia for 4 years. Just before joining Meirc, I was the Group Talent Development Manager at Azadea, another retailer in the region. Please write down your questions in the chat pod at any time. I promise to answer all the questions by the end of this webinar. And I'll give you some more time to reflect on the questions at the end. I hope we stay in touch. These are my social media, some of my social media accounts. So how do you know that this is me? If you go to LinkedIn, you will find either EMBA after my name, or you can tell from the picture. Facebook, same, Instagram, and I'm more than willing to get your WhatsApp messages, answer your questions, help you in the future should you need additional articles, readings, case studies, or tips to present well and shine when speaking in public. All right, let's get started. So, what is your secret? Ladies and gentlemen, please write down in the chat pod right now, please write down one secret. And by secret, I mean one characteristic of an effective and successful presenter. One thing that you believe is really important to succeed when speaking in public. One important characteristic that you believe is important to shine when delivering a presentation. Please write down 1 or 2 words, a secret from your experience. Example, funny. Some presenters are really funny, and this contributes to their success. So waiting for your words, for your messages, please write them down right now in the chat pod. Yeah, good one, Maruf. Fluency. Absolutely. So the presenter gains credibility by being fluent, by being competent, by being a subject matter expert. The presenter has to know very well what he or she is talking about. Good one. Any other thoughts from others? All right, in case you get anything additional, wow, Doris, wonderful, Doris. Absolutely, I love this word, confident. Self-confidence is extremely important to shine and succeed. From where does confidence come? From where does the fluency come? What about other secrets? This is what we're gonna discuss. I'm waiting for a few more comments. Wow, fantastic, Tahir. Engaging and assertive. Lovely word, Tahir. Engaging. I'm a trainer, I'm a facilitator, I'm a presenter, and I know what it means to be engaging. How many times we observe or listen to senior managers delivering presentations that are boring? They don't engage. It's a one-way communication. Absolutely. And assertive. Very important. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. In case you get something additional in mind, please keep writing down. Now, we will discover together 10 secrets. I promise you, these 10 secrets will make you a better presenter. You will move from being good to being great speakers. But you need to apply and practice. These 10 secrets, I personally tried them, and many other colleagues, presenters, and friends tried them, and they worked. Let's move on. Secret number 1. It's all about preparation. The famous saying, if you fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. Very important. Or the 5 P's rule. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. So that's secret 1. Now the question, what should we prepare? And here we go. I will share with you my recipe of preparation. I call it the 5 W's and H. Although it's simple, yet very powerful. Until today, trust me, I'm still using this recipe after more than 15 years of experience in presenting, training, and facilitating workshops. What is it about? So the first W is the who. So before any presentation, please do reflect who is attending your presentation or speech. Know your audience well. It's about them, not you. Please put yourself in their shoes. Second W, when. So when you choose a date and time, like I did now, for example, for this webinar, although this is not a presentation, it's a webinar, make sure to mark it on your calendar. Make sure to prepare all the needed stuff few weeks and days before the event's day. Have your own checklist. I do have my own checklist, and I refer to it 1 or 2 weeks before each single presentation. Third W is the where. So it's about the location. Know the location well, including all logistical preparations. Test it before if possible. Fourth W, what? The what is important as well. It's about your message. So what are you covering during this presentation or speech? And I advise you to take your notes with you. Your notes could be printed, handwritten, I don't really care, as long as you have your notes with you. The fifth W is the why. Please always ask yourself why my audience and participants would be interested to listen to me. And this is the famous radio channel, WIIFM, What's in it for me? Every single participant in your audience should feel and know from the very beginning, why am I attending this presentation? What's in it for me? Finally, prepare the how. And this is, in my humble opinion, the most important one, because this makes you different than others. By how I mean your style of delivery. How are you presenting? What are you preparing? The exercises, the stories, the examples, the questions used, everything. And please do always speak from the heart. Trust me, it shows. It will help you avoid being monotone. It will help you to boost your energy when in action. So here we go. 5 W's and H. Who, your audience, when, date and time, when, location, what, your message, why, the purpose, and how, your style of delivery. So here we go. Secret number 2. Secret number 2, make an amazing entrance. As I introduced myself, my background is hospitality management. And in the hotels, specifically in the 5 stars international hotels, all they care about, or mostly they care about, the first impression. The moment the guest, and they call it guest, by the way, in the hospitality, not customer or consumer. So the moment the guest steps into the hotel, when he or she arrives, from the moment the valet parking or bellman takes his luggage until the check-in moment, that's the first impression. In your presentations, first impressions count. So please have a great or amazing entrance. How to do this? Here we go. Some practical ideas. But please, whatever you do, unleash the best version of you, especially at the very beginning. Below, or here we go, some of my favorite ways to start any presentation in an amazing entrance. Number 1, share a relevant story. Number 2, famous quote. Number 3, surprising statistic. Number 4, creative image. Number 5, anecdote. Number 6, common memory. Number 7, imagination. Number 8, short video. Number 9, powerful open-ended question. Number 10, votes or opinions around a specific subject using any platform. I know you might not have time to take notes. I will be more than happy if you WhatsApp me or email me later on. I will send you this list. I'll be more than happy to share it with you. But let me now elaborate very quickly on some of them. Starting with the last one, number 10, which is collecting votes or opinions around a specific subject through platforms. So instead of doing it the traditional way on a pen, paper, I recommend this website. If you don't know it, please try it tonight, tomorrow, or next week. It's called Kahoot.com. This is a wonderful website. It's free of charge. It's an excellent platform designed by international people. All what you have to do is to prepare ahead of time. It's highly interactive. Your audience will interact with you using their mobiles, of course, through the internet. So on your screen, you will have questions, triggers, anything, and they play with you using their mobiles. All what they need is an internet connection. About others, stories, you know about it, quotes, famous quotes, related and relevant, some surprising statistics, video, the best source is youtube.com, of course. Please limit your videos to 2 or 3 minutes, not more than that, because otherwise it's not catchy anymore. So, and you could combine more than one of the above if you want to be impactful, as long as you have time. Now, you might ask me, what is the time given to introduction? Talking about amazing entrance. Amazing entrance is the introduction, is your introduction. As per the international standards of public speaking, it says that the introduction should be 15% long of your total time. So to give you a quick example, if your total time is 100 minutes, which is 1 hour 40 minutes presentation. If it's 100 minutes, the introduction on average should last for 15 minutes. That's a benchmark for you. Now let's move on. Secret number 3. Put yourself in your audience shoes. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember, it's about them, not you. It's not about you as a presenter. It's about them. Always put yourself in their shoes. Know about them. Make sure everything is convenient and attractive to your audience. Straightforward. Secret number 4. Kiss it. I like this secret. So keep your message simple and short. Ladies and gentlemen, please remember, it's not about the language. You're not writing a book. Make sure your message is simple and short. Or make sure your message is straightforward and stupid. It works as well, double S. Today, it's about simplicity. Today, it's about having short messages. No one has time or patience for long sentences and messages. So make sure it's concise. All right, secret number 5. Examples and stories are your best friends. These are my 2 best friends in every single presentation or workshop or course or training that I facilitate. The more you use, the better you are. So remember these 2 best friends always in every presentation. Secret number 6. Questions. The more questions, the more engagement. Remember these 2 arrows that I'm drawing right now. Questions and engagement go up together. Questions and engagement go down together. So the more questions, the more engagement. This is not a one-way communication. You could have sent them an email if you don't want them to interact and participate. How to do it best? Through questions. And if you're not well experienced in public speaking, why not prepare your questions ahead of time? Have them in your notes. Have them handy. All right, moving on. Secret number 7. Finish with an incredible exit. As we said, first and last impressions are the most important in any presentation. Like in hotels, check in and check out. Check in is the first impression. Check out is the last impression. So make sure you treat your audience exceptionally during checkout or when exiting the presentation. How to do it? You could use the same 10 suggestions mentioned in the introduction. To name a few of them that really work in the conclusion or the exit, relevant story. And I'm going to share with you a story in a moment so you know what I mean by relevant story. Make sure it's attractive. Make sure it's short, 1 to 2 minutes, not more than that. It's not a series on TV. Number 2, famous quote. Number 3, creative image. Number 4, short video. Number 5, I'll leave it to you. Anything else of your choice. So finish with an incredible exit. That's your last chance. That's your last chance. Remember, last chance to impress your audience and leave memorable moments in their mind. Secret number 8. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. How to do this? I literally, after each presentation or training, at the end of each presentation, I seek feedback from my audience. I ask them, what did I do well? What I could have done better? So I keep improving myself. Remember, there are blind spots. We don't notice ourselves because we're focusing. So please do seek feedback from someone from your audience. Other things, do a self-reflection. Ask yourself what you have done well, what you could have done better. And that's extremely important to keep improving. Secret number 9, 4x4. You know, in this part of the world, in Dubai, UAE, and the region, 4x4 cars are very famous. 4x4 cars are very desirable. So 4x4 rule, this is a good metaphor to remember it. On each slide, when designing your slides, make sure there are a maximum of 4 bullet points, and each bullet point has a maximum of 4 words. Again, on each slide, to make sure your slides are light and attractive, make sure that each slide has a maximum of 4 points, and each point has a maximum of 4 words. Now, if you look back at my slides, you will notice most of my slides are either a picture and title or some additional words. That's one of them. All right, moving on. Secret number 10, maintain eye contact with everyone in the audience. Sometimes you fall into the trap of not looking or looking less at the people on your extreme right or left when standing in the training room or meeting room or conference room. So make sure to look at everyone. Distribute your eye contact among everyone, specifically the ones on your extreme right and left. Of course, it needs a practice. By the way, after this webinar, we're gonna share with you this presentation. Please make sure to get it. If you don't, please reach out. Now, reaching the end, by the end of this short webinar, I would like each one of you to reflect on ACT or ACT. What can I apply from what I have learned during this short webinar? For C, what would I change doing or being in my next presentations? T, what would I transfer or teach someone from what I have learned? All right? So think about it. Apply, change, and the transfer. Finally, I'll leave the remaining 5 or 10 minutes for your wonderful questions or comments. So please do write down right now some comments or questions. I'll wait for you. Here we go. Please go ahead. Waiting for you, dear Doris, Pamela, Tahir, and anyone else. All right. It seems we're not getting any question. That's fine. I hope you enjoyed this short webinar. Again, remember, it's all about applying. So I'll end it up with my story. It's a 1-minute story. It's about an old man. So this old man is 120 years old. He lives in a village 3,000 meters above the sea. And this old man is a wise man. He's known to answer all the questions and give advice to everyone. He's very famous. So anyone who needs help, advice, guidance, they visit him. And in the adjacent village, there is a young man. And this young man was very interested and excited to fail the old man. So he came up with a trick. So the young man came up with a trick. He got a bird, a very small bird, and he decided to put it in his hand. And he decided to go and visit the old man to ask him if the bird is dead or alive. If the old man says the bird is alive, he squeezes the bird in his hand and the old man fails. If the old man says that the bird is dead, he opens his hand and the bird flies. Very excited, so he went and visited the old man. It took him days to reach the village because there is no ground of transportation. Finally, the moment of truth. The young man standing in front of the old man. The young man having this small bird in his hand. And the young man asks, "Old man, You pretend to know everything, don't you? And the old man said, young man, I know everything. I don't pretend. How can I help you? And then the young man said, there is a bird in my hand, a very small bird. Is the bird dead or alive? And the old man answered in a very confident tone of voice, young man, the life of the bird is in your hand. Ladies and gentlemen, by the end of this webinar, I tell you, applying what we have discussed together is in your hand now. Because Hani's role ends now, Meirc's role ends now, and your role starts to apply some of what we have learned together. Thank you so much for your time, interest, energy, concentration. I wish you great time wherever you are. Thursday, 16th of January 2020. That was from Dubai by Meirc, by me, Hani Ramadan. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful time. Goodbye.
Meirc.com